Hello beaters. So today I'm going to show you how to make this gorgeous bracelet. I'm calling it my crystal trellis bracelet. It kind of reminds me of a trellis, and it actually requires only two bead types, a 4mm bead, so I'm using bicones, and an 11/0 bead, and that is all you need. And all the quantities, colors, everything is going to be in the description box below. So take a look down there and you will get all the information. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so to make this bracelet, what you're gonna need are some 4mm bicones, or any 4mm. Let me try that again. I can't speak. You're gonna need any type of 4mm bead. I am using bicones, and my color here is, these are Czech MC. So this is Emerald AB, and the other color is Fuchsia AB over here. And the color of my 11s, that's the other bead. So basically you only need two types of beads, a 4mm and an 11. So there's my 11, it is gold iris, and these are my Yukis. I'm using Fireline as my thread. I started off with about 3 or 4 feet. That's what's comfortable for me. You have to figure out what's comfortable for you, because the amount of thread you need depends on the length of your bracelet. Anyway, what you're gonna do is pick up 4 of the bicones here and 4 of the 11s, and you're gonna alternate like this. And to begin with, we're just gonna tie a knot, bring them down to the bottom of your thread and tie a knot. So there it is, basic square knot, nothing big, nothing, nothing unusual about the knot. And so once I've got it, here I am. I'm just gonna go back through all the beads one more time to tighten everything up. And how am I ending up way over there on that left side of my mat? I don't know. But all I'm doing is just going through the beads. I'm not adding anything at this point. I'm just reinforcing. Okay, so I've gone all the way around here. I'm back, as you can see where my tail end is there. Now I want to exit out of a bicone. And I'm going to pick up 3 11s, and I'm going to go into the next bicone. So 2 and 3. And now just go into this next one. So you're skipping over that 11. So I'm coming out of the bicone right over there, and I'm just going to pop over into this next bicone. Just like that, and this is what you have. And then you repeat that. So we're going to do that all the way around. So once again, you're going to pick up 3. All right, wow, that's a challenge for me. There we go. There we are. There we go. And again, I'm just going into the next bicone. And again, pick up 3 11s. There's my 3, and go into the next bicone. And one more time, we're going to repeat. Last time. Pick up 3, go into the bicone. And then you're going to come out of the 11. So we're going to I've gone through, come out, and then I'm coming out of an 11. I actually want to come out of the middle 11 there. So since there's 3, I'm going to come out of the middle one. And now I'm going to make my clasp loop, so I'm going to pick up 4 11s. And this is where you're at that point. And then go ahead and go through the first 11. It's been a while since I've made one of my little diamonds, but that's what we're doing. And then pick up an 11, go into the next one. And then one more time, well, actually 2 more times, pick up another 11, go into the next 11. And last time. You're picking up an 11 and you're going to go into this last 11. And then I'm actually going to go into the one after that too. So, and basically we're back where we started. And you should have this nice little diamond here like I do. And then just go through all the beads to reinforce. So you just want to go through them a couple times and reinforce. So, and usually when I do this, I go through 2 beads at a time. As you can see, I'm going through 2. And that seems to work really well. Gives me a nice tight, helps me reinforce and make this little loop secure. Because this is where I'm going to put the jump ring once I start adding the clasp. Right, one more bead to get through. We're back at that middle bead of the group of 3 that are between the bicones. So I'm just gonna put it down for a second. So now what I want to do is make my way over to this middle 11 way over there. So just basically you're gonna coming out of that middle 11 there, so go into the next 11 on the side, and then the bicone. And we'll go through the 3 11s over here. So I've got through 2. And one more 11 and then the bicone. Okay, last 2. I'm going to be in position now. So for the next part, I'm going to pick up 3 11s and go through just that middle 11. And then you're actually going to reinforce this. So go through all the beads one more time. So there's 2. And I'm going to go through the next 2. Okay, so once all that's been done, and we want to come out of this top 11 there. So just go back through those 2 beads, and this is what you should have at this point. I'm going to continue. Now I'm going to alternate and change colors and use my 4mm. So start with a bicone, then an 11, a bicone, an 11, a bicone, and an 11. Okay, and 1 less bicone. So you want 4 bicones and 3 11s. So this is what you should have. And you're going to go back through this 11 here. And there's component number 2. All right, now what you're going to do is go into the bicone. You're coming out of this 11 there, so you're just going to go into the bicone. There we go. And just like before, you're going to pick up 3 11s. I really need to get a straighter needle. There we go. Okay, so I got my 3 11s, and I'm going to go into the bicone. And once again, I got my 3 11s. And into the next bicone. So we're reinforcing as we go. So we're adding beads, but we're also reinforcing this component. And again, three 11s, and into the bicone we go. So now you're just going to go through the bicone and the 11 there. And this is what you should have so far. And now we're going to make our way back over to the top, this middle 11 again, and start the next component. So this one will be green. And I'm going to just go through the bicone. My 11's here. And somehow I ended up way over there. Sorry about that. I am trying to stay in frame, but I don't know why I am not able to do so. So apologies. Anyway, here's what we have. So I think it looks so pretty. I love this combination of this gold and green and purple. All right, so what you're gonna do again is pick up 3 11s. And we got our 3, and you're just going to go into that middle 11 there. And then we're going to reinforce. So go back through all the beads. And, whoops, I'm trying to get through the second one there. There we go. And I have it a little bit loose, so which is why I'm going to tighten everything up. And one more time, let's just go up into the last two. Okay, so you're just going to be repeating what we just did with the purple beads here now. So I'm going to start with the bicone and an 11 and bicone, 11, bicone, 11, bicone. So again, it's going to be 4 bicones and 3 11s. Now see where the thread is coming out. So I'm just going to go back through. Eek, fingers. Okay, there we go. And again, this is what you have. And so just like before, you're going to now pick up 3 11s. Well, before we do that, we want to come out of a bicone. So we're going to go into the bicone, pick up 3 11s, and go into the next bicone. And again, I'm going to pick up 3 11s. And into the next bicone. And then last time. There's my 3 11s and into the bicone and also the 11-0. And there we are. So you're just going to keep repeating this pattern until you get to the length that you desire. So for my 6-inch bracelet, I did 12 components of these to make. So keep going and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I have come to the end and I've made all my units. So I am just going to go ahead and make the clasp on the side. So I got to make my way up to this bead to do that. So I'm coming out of that central 11 there. So I'm just going to go through the bicone and through the 11s. Okay, there I am at the end. So just like before, I'm going to pick up 4 11s and we're going to make that diamond pattern. All right, there's my 4. So I'm going to go back through that 11 there. And then the first 11 in the group of 4. And now pick up 1 11 and go into the next 11. And we repeat. So once again, I'm going to pick up 1, 11, and go into the next 11 right there. And again. Okay, so now I'm just going to go through all the beads to reinforce. And I'm just going through 2 beads at a time. So just taking my time, making sure I don't miss any of the beads. And again. Okay, and here it is. So here is 1 strand done. So we are going to do a second unit. So we're going to do a whole second row. And in order to continue with that, what we're going to do is we need to come out of this 11 over here. So, or actually, I guess probably easier if I flip it and do it this way. So I'm coming out of that bottom 11, or this middle 11 right there. So I'm just going to go into this next 11 to it, and then the bicone. And then through these 2 11s right there. Okay, so what we're going to do is build a unit this way, and then we'll continue building them up this way. And technically the technique we're using is right angle weave, but we've got a little extra few embellishments to the right angle weave, but it's essentially, that is the technique we're using. So I'm going to pick up 3 11s again and just go through that middle bead. And then I'm going to reinforce all of this. Okay, so I'm coming out of that bottom one. I need to come out of this one right there, and then we're going to add some bicones. And I'm going to continue with my alternating pattern, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my green ones here, my emerald bicones. And again, just like before, oh, let me clear out that. I'm going to start with a bicone. And then an 11. And bicone, 11, and bicone. There we go. So you want 4 bicones and 3 11s. Go back through that 11. Just like so. This is what you get. So, I mean, you're essentially doing the same steps, but there's just a little extra part where we're going to be joining the two strands together, basically. Okay, so now I am going to go into this bicone. Pick up 3 of my 11s here. Lots of noise coming from my window, but that's the way it goes. That's life. I could hear sirens. There's a dog barking. Okay, so 3 11s there. I'm going to do that again. So I've got my 3 11s. Go into just the bicone. And again. Okay, so here's where we are. And what I'm going to do is actually going to make another clasp loop over here. So we just got to make our way down over there and then do the same diamond pattern here as we did there. Okay, so I'm coming out of the bicone. I'm just going to go through the 11s and to make my way through the bicone. And then one more 11. Okay, so again, pick up 4 11s, not 3, 4 11s this time. Okay, so we are going to go through the first 11, then pick up an 11, go into the next 11, pick up an 11, go into the next 11, and one more time, pick up an 11, go into the next 11, next 2 11s. So remember, you're going to go into that middle 11. Okay, I'm not going to do that now. Let's do that here in a second. So I've gone through just that one. Now I need to get into this middle one. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and reinforce all of the beads just to give it that extra little protection, I should say. I was trying to think of the right word. I'm like, extra reinforcement, extra protection, so that the piece doesn't come apart at the clasp. Okay, all the reinforcing is done. So I am coming out of this middle bead here. And now I'm going to make my way to this 11 here. So I'm just going to turn it this way and continue forward. So I'm going to go into this 11 here and into the bicone. And through the 11s. Okay, so for this next part, we're going to pick up 3 11s. And go back through our middle 11 here now. And go ahead and reinforce. Sorry. And then come out of this top 11 there. And essentially you're just we're gonna add the next set of beads. So I am going to pick up the purple beads now. So, or the purple bicones, I should say. So again, you start with the bicone, then an 11, and a bicone, 11, oh, that was supposed to be a bicone, and bicone, 11, so it's going to be 4 bicones again and 3 11s. So there we go, I've got my group. I'm going to go back around my bead here. And this is what you should have. So now what I'm going to do is just add all of the 3 11s to all the sides. And this is a little awkward hold there for me. Here we go. I'm holding it a little better now. So go up into the bicone. Pick up 3. Whoa, get some more of my 11s out here. Everything's kind of blended together, but that's what happens. There we go. There's the 3. Go up into the bicone here. There we go. And then 3 more for the next set. So just going to go into the bicone. And once again, we're going to add 3 more 11s. Picking up 3 there and just going into this bicone here. And then let's go from there. So this is what you should have. And now what I want to do is actually connect the 2 rows together. So right now they're split. So we're going to connect this unit with this unit. And in order to do that, I need to get over to this guy over here. So let's do that next. So I'm going to make my way. Yep, coming out of that bicone. I just had to verify that I was coming out of the bicone and not the 11. So I am now going to go into the 11 and the bicones. And through the 11s here. Oh, wait, I'm already coming out of that 11, aren't I? So there we go. And then again, almost there to the other side. Okay, so now to connect these together, all I'm going to do is I'm coming out, yep, there we are. So I'm going to pick up an 11, and since I am going, so here's coming out of this bead right there, and it's going that way, I'm actually going to pick up an 11 and then go into the middle bead in this unit, and I'm going to go in the opposite direction. And then pick up another 11 over here and, oops, dropped it. There we go. My hands are not working today. And then back into our middle bead here. Just like that. There we go. So you're just, now what we're doing is connecting the two together, and you'll see here in just a second as soon as I get it all properly lined up. There they are, and all I'm going to do is go through all of the beads another couple of times to get them all connected together, or get them reinforced rather. They are connected now, but we'll reinforce. So going through those two. And then those two. So there is our two connected units. And so we're going to keep building, and I'm going to show you again how to do it one more time, because that was actually, it's not too difficult. You're basically just making the same units you were making, and then you're adding one last step to connect it to the first row. All right, so I'm coming out of that 11 way down there, so I have to get back now to make my way back up here. And to do that, I am going to just follow the thread path. So there's that 11 that I'm coming out of, so I'm going to go into this next 11 next to it, and the bicone, and the 11 there between the two purple bicones. And continuing to rotate, I want to go through this bicone now. the 11. And it really doesn't matter whether you take the 11 that's between or the 3 up there. It doesn't matter. So bicone and then the 2 11s. So I've got the 1. And there's the next one. Okay, so for this next part, I need 3 11s. And go around this 11. Reinforce. Okay, now we're in place. So I'm back at the top, just like before. I'm going to go ahead and pick up my 11s and my bicones. So start with the bicone, an 11, and then another bicone, an 11. Nope, didn't get it. There we go. Bicone, 11, bicone, and actually don't need that last 11. So it's 4 bicones, 3 11s, and we go back through our bead here. So here's that next unit that I'm making. We're going to add 3 11s to the next 3 sides. So come out of that bicone. And now we need our 11s here that are spread out. There we go. And I'll have to take out some more from my tube here. And then I'm going to go into the bicone. So pick up your 3 and go into the bicone. So at this point you should know, I mean, you've done this numerous times if you're making the bracelet, so you know what you're doing. And again, I'm just going to pick up my 3 11s one more time. And okay, I need 1 set more. Got my 3. Here's my last set here to add. So go through that bicone again. There we go. Oops, the needle keeps sliding right past it. Okay. Okay, so here is what you should have now. And the last step here is to connect these 2 together. And so I'm way down here. I got to get over to this guy here. So we're just going to make our way around. So I got to go through the 11 and I got to go through the bicones there. And then I'm just going to go through these 11s here. So these units get reinforced quite a bit because we go through them multiple times. Almost there, making my way slowly. This is going to be a long video because there's so many little teeny tiny steps to it. But I think, you know, it only requires 2 beads and you get a really pretty bracelet out of it. So I hope that you will make one of these. And of course, okay, here we go. So I'm coming out of my 11 there. And as you can see, the thread is going to the right. So we're going to pick up an 11 and then connect it to this unit here. And you're just going to connect it to the middle 11 in that group of 3. And you're going to go left. So I'm going to keep it loose here just to show you. So there's where we started. There's the bead that I added, and then I went through that 11 there. And once again, we're going to pick up another 11. And we're back through that bead at the top there. And you can see you're making a little right angle weave unit to connect these all together. And then we're just going to go through all the beads to reinforce. So I'm just reinforcing. Okay, and I got to go through this middle guy here. Can't seem to get a good angle on that. My little wrist is like, what are you doing? There we go. And there's that middle 11. Okay, so now we got to make our way over to this guy, but we got to go around. So go through that 11 on the side, then the bicone, and then the 11 that is between. There we go. Between the 2 bicones. And now back up the bicone, another 11. And then the next bicone and the 2 11s, we're going to come out of the middle 11 of this group of 3 there. And there we are, last one there. Okay, we are in position to keep going. So you just got to keep making your units till you get to the end. And once you get to the end, just make your clasp loop, and that is it. So I've shown you how to do that about 3 times now, so you should know how to do it. And that is all you need to complete the bracelet. So I will see you back once I've got mine done. Okay, so here it is. Here is the completed bracelet. And so what I ended up doing is once I finished the end, I went ahead and added jump rings and 2 lobster claw clasps into the loops, and then over on the other side, just the jump rings themselves. Of course, if you've got like a tube clasp, you can also use those. I did not have one that was enough for just 2. So anyway, and I think it might have been too small anyway. So this worked out better. And well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.